Here at the New Orleans Lakefront Airport, these school kids are getting their first look at the planes that hunt hurricanes. While they're fascinated by the big jets, it's the work the crews do that keep them safe for most months in the South Louisiana year. John Zawislak is the flight director aboard the Miss Piggy here and says 3 big radar devices help them see through the storm.
So essentially we carry 3 radars on board this airplane. The first one is in the nose section of the aircraft. And then we also have one here in the belly of the aircraft. That's our low fuselage radar. These 2 radars in combination provide us a situational awareness in the storm to essentially look ahead at what's in front of us weather-wise so that we can find the best path through the storm environments. In the tail section of the aircraft, we have the tail Doppler radar. That tail radar actually is providing a 3-dimensional look at the storm. So we're actually getting 3D wind. And that data actually gets sent in real time to the National Hurricane Center. So they're getting a 3D picture of the eye every time we go through the storm.
Hurricane hunting is time-consuming, dangerous, and expensive. However, the risk is worth the cost, according to National Hurricane Center Director Michael Brennan.
Well, it all comes down to the hazards. Storm surge flooding, flooding from heavy rainfall, winds, tornadoes, all that falls out of the forecast of where the storm's going to go, what its structure is going to look like. So the more confident we are in that forecast, and the more consistent that forecast is, the more accurate we can issue, more accurately we can issue things like watches and warnings for hurricane or tropical storm force winds, for storm surge. More accurate flood watches and warnings are going to be, and that directly, plugs in to the preparedness steps that people have to take to keep themselves and their property safe.
Meteorologist Jay Grimes agrees, saying the forecast data these hunters bring back saves lives every year.
The aircraft data is going directly into the models to allow them to improve the forecast, not only of where it's going, but the intensity forecast. Is it going to get stronger or weaker? And even now, the intensity forecast isn't great. But if we're talking about reducing the skill of these forecasts by 20%, it would be like taking our forecast ability and rotating it back to 1993 instead of 2023.
Now, while it's a beautiful day here in New Orleans, these planes fly when weather is at its roughest, and the difference they make can be between life and death. Reporting from the New Orleans Lakefront Airport, I'm Neil Melancon.
Now, getting ready for hurricane season is always a pain, but it's also never been easier. You can visit getagameplan.org, where there are numerous resources to help you get ready for the upcoming season. We'll put a link to that site on our website at twilatv.org.